Hi guys, we sailed our last Princess East Coast cruise out of New York City. It was really exciting. We'd never been there before. Specifically, we were using the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, which serves Princess and Cunard lines. So in this video, I want to break down some basics for you. How to get there, the port itself, and the surrounding area, which is pretty cool. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Now first, some basic FYI. New York cruising is served by 3 terminals: Manhattan Cruise Terminal, Cape Liberty, New Jersey, and Brooklyn. The Brooklyn Terminal is in a working-class neighborhood of Red Hook, which faces Governor's Island and the South End financial district of Manhattan. The views here are more than great, they're iconic. Plus, you sail out with grand views of the Statue of Liberty, making this one hell of a sail-out port. So getting there comes down to public transportation or private car. Now it's important to note that Red Hook has no subway directly to the port. The closest public transport is bus B61, which runs from downtown Brooklyn, which does have a subway from Manhattan. So if you take the bus from Brooklyn downtown, the bus will drop you here, and then it's a 10 to 15 minute walk to the terminal. Here's what it's like. The other option is to ferry, which has a terminal right at the port, like this close. This is a great option if you're doing it overnight in Manhattan. It's in the Wall Street district, Pier 11, with the ferry terminal at the end of Governor Lane and FDR Drive. You'll want the South Brooklyn route to Red Hook. But if you're like most people, you'll be flying in. JFK Airport, LaGuardia, and Newark, New Jersey all serve New York City, with Brooklyn being situated almost equidistant between JFK and New Jersey. LaGuardia is technically closer, but slow traffic could make that advantage moot. We opted for private transport all the way, since we were a larger group. Faster, easier, lugging lots of bags, a whole bit. Now we flew into Newark, New Jersey, basically because the hotels were cheaper. Staying in the city is pretty expensive. Plus Newark Airport's pretty good. Excellent signage, lots of tourist info at the baggage claim, a helpful air train to shuttle you to the different terminals, and just compact enough to make navigating comfortable. From there, we got a hotel shuttle to our accommodation, then took an Uber to the port the next day, which took about 45 minutes in light traffic. Pretty easy. Now, obviously there are public transport options from all the airports, but you'll ultimately still need to end up at bus 61 or the ferry to get directly to the port. Or you can just have someone drive you. Which is kind of what we did. Now taxis are obviously another option, but none seated our group of 5. Plus, if anyone can confirm this, please do. We've heard that some Jersey cabbies won't travel to Brooklyn. They're supposed to, but some don't. Besides, Uber was cost effective and familiar. Let's talk about the port area. It's compact with 1 berth. When you enter, you'll see a passenger pickup area to the right with benches and luggage racks. At the middle is the taxi stand lane. They get stacked outside just so, when the lot is full. Next is the bus loading area, which also doubled as our Uber drop-off point.
Oh, I see. He's telling you to pull in there, yeah.
No, we just do what we're told. Anyway, my wife made sure I had crispy bills for the porters, who are waiting to instantly pick up your tagged luggage. And there are a lot of porters. Last on the lot is a smallish parking area, which charges $45 per day and not, as some websites claim, $25. It's $45, sorry. You can pay at the machine with a credit card. Now head across the street to the terminal entrance and you'll be directed toward a roped crowd control weave to enter the facility. And if you haven't checked your large bags in yet, don't worry, you'll get reminded. Now once you're in, you'll have a small waiting area with chairs, a service desk for wheelchair assistance, and toilets. The bathroom design is like being in a big pixel explosion, a cross between The Matrix and Minecraft. Now turn right, get in this really long line, and get ready to wait a while to pass security. For some reason, this part of the facility is frankly on the disorganized side, which is odd since they only deal with 1 ship at a time. Just be patient, you'll get there. Past that, and the place opens up to a huge waiting area with enough chairs to host a medium convention. Elite lounges which, well, kind of look like other areas, just smaller and in a separate room. And even bigger bathrooms with that Matrix 4th dimension style. Wheelchair service and elevators, of course. The facility is clean, the staff friendly, and the exit sign hilarious. Now, if this video is giving you good information for your next cruise, hit us up with a like and subscribe to follow our port excursions, tips, and ship tours to help you become a more informed traveler. And thank you so much for all your views and support. It really means the world to us. Which brings me to the surrounding neighborhood, Red Hook. I love exploring the area around the port, so much so that I will walk in the pouring rain, and it rained all day long, to check out the local life. But I had no extra days in the city, so this was my one and only hour to get a glimpse of New York, so this was it. But my first goal? Get myself a slice of New York pizza.
Travelers from different places.
Well, this is going to be a treat, I'll tell you that.
Hey, listen, man, you enjoyed it.
Hey, thank you.
All right, buddy.
Check the thin crust. Lots of cheese. Oh, perfect. I do it like John Travolta, you know, in Saturday Night Fever, you fold it up. Or like a sandwich. Not sure if that's exactly how you eat it, but I saw it in the movies, so okay, I'll try it. Yeah, bud.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So according to my kind pizza server, this area used to be kind of like, if you didn't know anybody, you had no business being here. But now, it's been coming up. So there's art galleries and hip cafes and whatnot. So it's not a bad place to check out for a brief stroll. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. Also in the area is a small, hip shopping square with a key lime pie place and a small park. It's not sketchy at all. It's actually a bit artsy. You can even rent street bikes. There's quite a bit of them around. And one last point. If you're thinking about staying here overnight, the absolute closest hotels within a 10-minute walk are the Brooklyn Motor Inn on Hamilton Avenue and the Lodge Red Hook on Sebring Street. Have you been to these hotels? Let me know what they're like. I can't vouch for these places, but there is a chocolate factory next door, along with all the restaurants on Van Brunt, so maybe? It's a shame we didn't have time to spend a few days here. It's New York, there's enough to do to fill up a few months. Can you recommend anything to do in New York for a few days if you're totally new? And what was your impression of the port? Drop us a line in the comments.